Military Sunday here at Petco Park. Final game of a 3-game series between the Padres and the Mets. It's the rubber match after San Diego's victory last night and the Mets win on Friday here in downtown San Diego. Mets and Padres doing it for the series victory here this afternoon. New York comes in with a 46-51 record. The Padres 42-55. Jesse Agler, Mark Sweeney with you here at Petco Park, and that guy Odrisamer Despaigne going to make his 5th career start this afternoon.
Yeah, the 3rd start at Petco Park, and he's pitched at least 6 innings in all of his starts. He's done a marvelous job for Buddy Black. They love his action, and it's all from deception, and you see deception with different arm angles. You see him creating that, getting on top of it with his slider. Look for his velocity on his fastball today. If he has plus velocity, he can pitch off of that with his off-speed stuff, which gives a lot of hitters fits. He has been excellent in a Padre uniform so far.
He does a lot of different things. That means it is not particularly easy to catch this guy. Here's what Yasmani Grandal said about catching Despaigne.
Oh, he's very nonchalant, you know. It doesn't seem like anything faces him. They hit a home run, so what? You know, he comes back and gets the other guys out. So, you know, it just seems like he's a veteran. Even though he's a rookie up here, he's a veteran. He knows how to pitch, and, you know, he's going to do what he's been doing for a while.
That's Yasmani Grandal with our Geico quote of the game. How about that power surge yesterday?
Yeah, it was awesome to see, and he got it started with that big bomb to right center. 3-1 count, and he barrels the baseball up. That had to be a good feeling. And then backing it up with Will Venable. This was a shot, and good to see him because he has been struggling, trying to make some adjustments. And then you get Seth Smith putting the icing on the cake, the 3rd home run of the game. He almost had his 4th against the left-hander in his last at-bat. What great power surge from the Padre hitters last night.
Just the 3rd time this season, San Diego hits 3 home runs in a game. The first time they have done it here at Petco Park. Let's talk about the starting pitcher for the Mets this afternoon. That's 24-year-old Zach Wheeler, an exciting young guy.
Exciting young man, and a lot of people think he's a front of the rotation starter moving forward, going behind Matt Harvey, and they would like for him to get there. The start at Petco Park last year set a career high in strikeouts, 12 strikeouts, power arm, and he has a lot to go with it. Look for his curveball. If he's getting that over, he can be devastating and rack up those strikeouts.
Yeah, very impressive and exciting young guy. Zach Wheeler and Odrisamer Despaigne, neither of whom has a ton of MLB experience, but they've both been very, very good this season, especially for Wheeler as of late. Despaigne heading to the dugout, getting ready to take the field for this afternoon series finale against the New York Mets. Military Sunday, and you've got a member of the military at each spot out on the field to go out and greet the Padre players when they take the field, a special part of these Sundays.
Yeah, what a great thing that the Padre organization does for the military, and we can't say thank you enough to our military and the men and women who serve this great country.
Pretty special ceremonial first pitch here this afternoon as well. How about Agnes McKee, 105 years old. She's got the old school windup.
Yeah, she's cranking it up and goes underhand, and what a great moment. 105 years old. Thank you very much for being a fan. And the first pitch ceremony. Outstanding moment today.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And she got it to Rene Rivera. Nice job of winding up. Hey, that's how they used to do it.
That's awesome.
She got the ball out there, and a wonderful moment just a few minutes ago here at Petco Park. Padres take the field on this Military Sunday. It'll be Odrisamer Despaigne heading out to the Hill to take on the New York Mets. Opportunity for those military members to meet some Padres. And now the batting lineup for the New York Mets, brought to you by Mattress Discounters. Pretty much the same lineup we've seen each of the last 2 nights. The only change is out in left field. Kirk Neuenhuis gets a day, and Bobby Abreu back in the starting lineup for the Mets. He's sort of been a part-time player, despite the fact that he had great success against the Padres back in June when we saw the Mets at Citi Field.
Well, Jesse, time now for our scouting report, brought to you by Jaguar of San Diego. For Despaigne, changing speeds, we talked about that, changing arm angles, chemistry between Yasmani Grandal, the 2 Cubans. That is going to be something to look forward to. And also just trying to throw ground balls. It's not about strikeouts. Even though he had 7 strikeouts his last start in Los Angeles, he wants to produce ground balls, easy outs.
Well, he wants to do it for the guys behind him. Padre defense is brought to you by the Aramco Group. Around the horn, Chase Utley again at third base. Alexi Amarista at short. Chris Nelson gets a third consecutive start at second base. Jake Gobert back in at first. In the outfield, left to right, Seth Smith, Will Venable, and Kristen Orfia getting a start this afternoon with Yasmani Grandal behind the plate again for Odrisamer Despaigne, as they've got a little chemistry going between the two of them. As you said, we'll take a look at your keys to the game, brought to you by the Honda dealers of San Diego County.
Jesse, I'm looking today for Wheeler to supply the power. He has a power fastball that he is proud of it. And also Kristen Orfia, the starting right fielder for Bud Black today. Look for him to get on track. Only 243 with 1 home run today. This is a big start for the right fielder.
Final game of the series, final game of the homestand for the Padres gets underway. Buddy Black looking on as Odrisamer Despaigne, hat turned a little bit to the side, delivers the first pitch of the afternoon to Curtis Granderson, and it's a fastball taken high, 1 ball and no strikes. Granderson 240 on the season. He's got 3 hits in this series, 1 for 4 with a strikeout last night. Takes the next pitch, called strike from Despaigne. Beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Petco Park. Big shift against Granderson.
3 guys on the right side. You can see Alexi Amarista on the right side as the shortstop.
Granderson takes inside, 2 balls and a strike. He's done a good job of showing patience so far this season. 55 walks for Curtis Granderson coming in. That's 4th most in the National League. Despaigne's 2-1 hit in the air to center field, not deep. Venable coming in, should be routine. He's got it, 1 away. Take a look at the umpiring crew for this afternoon series finale. That's Chris Guccione behind the plate. Eric Cooper at first, Tom Hallion at second. He's the crew chief, and Hal Gibson, the umpire, at third base this afternoon.
Yeah, the Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, 7 years of Major League service. Also participated in the 2011 All-Star Game in Arizona.
Nice pat on the back for him. And, of course, those all-star and postseason assignments for the umpires are really the equivalent of an all-star selection for a player, as all-star Daniel Murphy checks his swing. 1 ball and no strikes. Murphy snapped a 0 for 13 with an 8th inning double last night. Ball hit well to right field that Venable almost caught. Pretty good offensive numbers so far this year. None of the Mets have faced Despaigne. Drisamer's 5th big league start. First one against a team that wasn't from the National League West, 1-1.
Well, you can see the movement on the fastball. He'll move it both sides, on his glove side and also his arm side. And he tries to change speeds. You see that number 2 pitch on our Fox tracks right down the middle.
1-1 on the ground to the right side. First base, Gobert's got it. Takes it himself. 2 away. That's not bad. 75 degrees and sunny. Where else would you rather be on a Sunday afternoon?
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else, but Jesse, it comes into play too. You see the outfielders will have the glasses on. The fly balls always are a tough thing for the outfielders. Shading that sun, and it sometimes comes into play on beautiful days like this.
Nice crowd out here at Petco Park. Last night, 6th sellout of the season. Close to 43,000 for the 6-0 victory over the Mets. Padres had 6 sellouts all of last year. 6 already here this season. David Wright with 2 outs and nobody on takes a 91-mile-per-hour fastball for a strike from Despaigne. Wright 0 for 8 in this series. He has struggled against the Padres. 0 for his last 19 against San Diego pitching. Kept him in check, not just this weekend. Going back to last season. Quickly 0-2.
Jesse's good to see 93 on that fastball. He dropped down on the first fastball, kept it low, then had a different arm angle on the second fastball, but also an uptick in the velocity.
Despaigne ahead of Wright. Here's the 0-2. Just misses.
Whoa.
A lot of action on that fastball. Despaigne with the 1-2 this time. Got him. David Wright looks at strike 3 call, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Odrisamer Despaigne. Top of the order for the Padres coming up. Seth Smith, big bomb last night. 2 up third. Top of the first inning, and now it's the Padres' opportunity against Zach Wheeler. Lineup brought to you by Toyota. Second straight game and second time this season. Alexi Amarista leads off. Chase Headley, Seth Smith, Yasmani Grandal batting cleanup, catching Despaigne again. Venable gets the start in center. Nice to see Kristen Orfia back in the starting lineup. He's in right field. Jake Gobert makes his return to first base after the night off last night. Chris Nelson, third consecutive appearance in the starting lineup. And then Despaigne against that guy, Zach Wheeler, exciting young pitcher.
Yeah, the scouting report. Power arm with a bright future. This is a top of the rotation guy. Can rack up strikeouts. Had 12 last year in the start against the Padres. And very good on the road. 2-1 with a 1.69 ERA.
Yeah, he's been outstanding as of late. A 140 earned run average in his last 3 starts. He won 2 of those games. First pitch from Wheeler to Amarista. 96-mile-per-hour fastball, a little too far outside. 1-0. Alexi's having himself a nice series. You see the numbers for the year. 4 for 8 against the Mets so far this weekend. Can't catch up to that. Fastball reaches for one at 97, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, proud of his fastball. You can see why. 97 miles an hour on his second pitch. But left-handed hitters are hitting 300 against both the fastball and the changeup. Most of them are on that outside part of the plate.
Another fastball blown by Amarista, 1-2. Terry Collins looks on at a guy they hope will be at the top of their rotation for years to come. Matt Harvey returns from Tommy John surgery next year and looks like he did last year. That's a nice 1-2 for New York. 1-2 foul back.
89-mile-an-hour changeup. Looked like a fastball out of the hands. Look up at the type of pitch and you're actually surprised. It looked like one of those hard fastballs. Different look, and that's what he's going to try to change speeds, but it looks like he's going to rear back for the fastball here.
1-2 is a fastball, but outside. Continues to work away to Amarista with the heater. Alexi works it to 2-2. Chase Headley will get his opportunity next.
If you're on the on-deck circle and Chase Headley, you're saying, okay, I got to turn up the dial because it comes out of the hands a little bit differently.
Ground ball to second. That's Daniel Murphy waiting for it. He throws Amarista out, and that's the first one here in the bottom of the first.
We take a look at Zach Wheeler's delivery, and very simple, and definitely rides his legs and has that power right-handed arm that comes in. A lot of velocity getting behind those fastballs. Like I said earlier, the curveball is the key for all the people in the Mets organization. Said if he's getting that over, it could be a long day for the opposition.
Chase Headley 2 for 4 with an RBI single last night. Stands in, takes a fastball low outside from Wheeler. Chase has seen him a few times, 2 for 5, double and a walk. But still a young guy, book being written on him by opposing hitters all around the National League. Fouled away 1-1. Hit right to Murphy at second base, 2 away. Nice play by the Mets second baseman. The rest of the defense is brought to you by Honda. As we take a look at it, very familiar if you've watched the last couple of games. The only change out in left field, Bobby Abreu replaces Kirk Nieuwenhuis. Lagares can go and get it in center. Granderson in right. Right to Hada, Murphy, and Duda on the infield. D'Arnaud, third consecutive start behind the plate. Seth Smith coming up. Boom, last night. The third of the 3 home runs, that one coming in the 6th inning. A line shot, so good to see those power bats coming through.
It was from the 3, 4, 5 spots, and had a very productive at bat against the left-hander, Josh Edgen, later in the game. I thought was one of his better swings of the year. Didn't go out.
Power matchup here. 96-mile-per-hour fastball misses outside. That's hot sauce speed.
It is. It's hot sauce.
A couple of exciting young pitchers that have different approaches. Zach Wheeler and Odrisamer Despaigne. Smith holds up. Nope. Third base umpire Hal Gibson says he went around. 1-1.
Let's see Seth Smith and see if he goes. And yes, he does. He goes past the plane of the plate.
1-1 from Wheeler, hit the other way. It's a base hit for Seth Smith. Changeup hung up for him. He takes a big turn around first, but Abreu eventually gets it back in. 2-out single for Seth Smith.
Well, like I said, you don't usually see those hard change-ups, but this is 90 miles an hour. You have to have the ability to go the other way, because you see that arm side run for Wheeler on that change-up. It's almost like a two-seam fastball. He gets his foot down, does a nice job staying through the baseball, enabling him to dump it into left field.
So 2 outs and 1 on. Yasmani Grandal takes a breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1. Wheeler's approach obviously a little bit different versus left-handed batters than right-handed batters, and because of switch hitters, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight left-handed batters at the top of the order for Bud Black this afternoon. That is not an accident. Grandal chaps that one foul. 0-2. Here's Yasmani last night. This is a shot.
Yeah, and he changed his batting stance a few weeks ago, and now he's reaping the benefits of that stance. And great leverage, squared the ball up, got it to a 3-1 count, and squared that up. And that's a good sign, because a lot of them have been foul balls in those situations. Sometimes Grandal gets a little bit bigger in those situations. Short stroke with a lot of power.
It was the longest home run of the season by a Padre batter here at Petco Park. They measured at 440 feet.
Well, you see the profile by Wheeler and the 6th overall pick by the Giants. This was a guy that was on the fast track for the Giants and traded for Carlos Beltran, a rental. Carlos Beltran went on to the St. Louis Cardinals and now the New York Yankees.
0-2 to Grandal is swung on and missed. 96 from Wheeler, his first strikeout. Padres get a 2-out single from Seth Smith, but he is stranded. We'll go to the second inning. No score on a Sunday.
Got him. Swing. Espana. Strike 3.
27-year-old Odrisamer Despaigne back to work here in the top of the second inning. Duda, Darno, and Abreu for the Mets. No score. Odrisamer needed just 11 pitches to get through the first inning. 1-2-3. Struck out David Wright looking to end the first. And now the slugging first baseman. Lucas Duda stands in and takes one for a strike at the knees. 0-1.
We saw Lucas Duda beat the shift last night one time, but also hitting into the shift as well.
Duda scored a couple of runs on Friday. 1 for 4 with a strikeout last night. Crowding the plate. Gets out of the way of that one. 1-1. It's fun seeing Despaigne and Wheeler work. Take a look at Duda. Went to Southern Cal, where he's a teammate of Friday night starter Ian Kennedy. But baseball's great, right? Despaigne delivers the 1-1, fouled off out of play behind third. You get a guy like Despaigne and a guy like Wheeler. They both had success, and they just do it completely differently.
Totally different in different ways. And one's a power arm, another guy is deception and changing speeds.
Ball and 2 strikes to Duda. Despaigne gets the sign from Grandal. And the curveball's taken low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think the big thing, Jesse, and you see Lucas Duda with that big leg kick, that causes problems because it's a lot of timing aspects with that leg kick. And when you have a guy that changes speeds, changes different arm angles, it can pose some very different problems for a guy with a leg kick.
Two is up and in. And so a full count from Despaigne to Duda. Mets first baseman sitting on 14 home runs. His career high is 15. And held in check for the most part so far this weekend. Just the 1 hit yesterday. Grandal down on a knee. The 3-2 coming. Hit hard. Into the shift at second base. Nelson's got it. Waits for Gobert to get to first. And that's the first out here in the second inning. Our Ram Trucks tools of the trade focuses on Odrisamer Despaigne and all the things he can do.
We always talk about the different arm angles, and we're going to take a look at it. This is a little 3/4 action, but the movement on the pitch, and that's the fastball. When he gets on top, a conventional release point, he gets on top, but he has that downward movement with the fastball. And then when he gets on that side, you can see up and down the different looks to the hitters, the awkward swings. Despaigne does it in so many different ways, but looks like he's in complete command.
Travis d'Arnaud, the Met catcher, stands in, takes the first pitch outside from Despaigne. d'Arnaud 6 home runs this season. He was the hero on Friday night, 3 for 4 with a couple of RBIs, including the game winner in the top of the 9th inning. It's that one foul down the line in right.
You see the different motion, and it's all about that arm angle and what he produces getting on top of that pitch, but been very aggressive with the fastball. That's a good sign. Talking to Buddy Black and seeing how the velocities change with the fastball, and then he can go to the changeup and curveball that we've seen early in this game as well.
d'Arnaud jammed on that 1-1, popped up on the infield. Gobert's got it, 2 away. Uncomfortable looking swing there, and easy pickings for the right side of the Padre infield. Quickly 2 up and 2 down for Despaigne here in the second. And look at Bobby Abreu, pinch hit on Friday night, but that's been it for him in this series. But back in June at Citi Field, Abreu was 5 for 10 in the 3 games against the Padres, drove in 3 runs. Still getting it done all these years later, not like he used to, of course, in his heyday with the Philadelphia Phillies. 40 years old now. Spent spring training with Philadelphia. Signed by the Mets after he was released beginning of the season. Abreu, always patient, takes a first strike from Despaigne.
Well, Jesse, much like Mark Kotze last year in the dugout for the San Diego Padres, this is exactly what Bobby Abreu is. Having a veteran guy that's been an everyday player in the big leagues goes a long way in helping some of these youngsters for the Mets.
A bunch of those guys have talked about it too. Tejada, Neuenhuis, Lagares. Take a look at our top tier player profile brought to you by Arco.
And when you have those communications and you have a resume like that with over 2,400 hits, that goes a long way with credibility in the clubhouse, in the locker room, in the dugout, and having those conversations.
Lays off the 0-2. Yeah, Abreu spent a good portion of the beginning parts of his Met career here in AAA. He was called up after a few weeks, made some contributions as a starter, primarily a pinch hitter at this point. But like you said, he brings an element of leadership to the clubhouse and on the field as well. 1-2, hit in the air, shallow right field. Denorfia coming over towards the line. And the side is retired. 6 up, 6 down for Odrisamer Despaigne against the Mets. We go to the bottom half of the second. Venable coming up. Steve fan photo for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast, brought to you by AT&T. Military Sunday here at Petco Park. The annual salute to veterans here this afternoon. Last night, Will Venable supplied some power.
And this is absolute bullet. You can see that lower half working very well for Will Venable, controlling that barrel through the ball. Talking about squaring it up for Yasmani Grandal and then Will Venable. Seth Smith. Home run power was here last night.
Ball and no strikes to Venable. You said in the scouting report for Zach Wheeler, let him supply the power. It makes a lot of sense, for some of these guys that can hit the ball a long way.
Yeah, especially today. You can see that Zach Wheeler especially has established that velocity on the fastball. And Ozzie Smith taught me that. He said, listen, just try to shorten your swing and put the barrel on the ball and let the pitcher supply the power with that velocity.
Venable fouls that one back to the screen, 1-2.
So many times, Jesse, hitters will see a velocity guy and you'll probably muscle up, try to overswing because that velocity makes you uncomfortable. But that when you muscle up, especially with those youngsters out there, your swing slows down and you foul a lot of pitches, just like Will Venable did right there.
1-2 is swung on and missed. Second strikeout for Zach Wheeler this afternoon, and one man down here in the bottom of the second inning. Took something off that time.
Yeah, he looked like a little cutting action, and we say it's a slider, but it's more of a cutter when you have that velocity. But you can see the differential right there, 98-78. That'll cause a lot of problems, and you can see the swing by Will Venable. He sees fastball out of the hands and tries to adjust, but it's a little too late on that cutting action.
1 out, nobody on. Kristen Orpheus first at bat of the afternoon. Nice to see Dino getting the start. Takes one at 97 for a strike. .243 on this season. He's been better away from Petco Park than here. We told you he's got hot sauce power. We weren't kidding. The Cholula flamethrower, Zach Wheeler, has hit 98 miles per hour already this afternoon.
Yeah, looks like he's throwing a bullpen too. Very impressive, and that's the curveball that the Mets officials talked about. If he's getting that over, it can be a long day. Well, you see the bite on that curveball. Very impressive. You see why a lot of people are very encouraged by this young man being that front of the rotation guy.
Denorfia able to lay off that one. Dino's seen Wheeler 3 times in his career. A couple of hits, including a double.
Well, Jesse, this is the guy, Chris Denorfia, that a lot of people fall in love with. The way he plays the game, the energy he puts into it, and also he's getting out there and not being worried about getting 2 strikes.
Tops this one on the ground to short. Ruben Tejada, 2 away. Pro's pro kind of guy, Chris Denorfia.
He is, and you know what? You see the numbers, 243 coming into this game today, but that's not Chris Denorfia like. That's why you know he's going to go through that hot streak, and it's a big start for him today. You get the 2 strikes, you shorten up, and Chris Denorfia does exactly that because he knows striking out is not the key today. But got to see some pitches that at bat, and hopefully it helps him the next few at bats in this game.
Jake Gobert takes a fastball high, 1-0. 9th start of the season for Gobert. We saw him on Friday night. Did not play in last night's game. Made his big league debut 1 month ago today. 2-0. Happy anniversary, Jake Gobert.
Happy anniversary. The Pumpkin Man.
Gobert's Family Pumpkin Patch. West of Chicago. Check it out. 3 balls and no strikes. Gobert got the news that he was headed to the big leagues from the AAA manager, the El Paso Chihuahuas, Pat Murphy. Gobert's dad played for Murphy at Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton.
That's a great story.
3-0, taking all the way, 3-1. That was Murph's first job as like a head coach, FAU, and he coached Jake Gobert's dad. Baseball, a small world.
It's a close-knit community, and that had to feel good for Pat Murphy to give Jake that news of coming up to the big leagues.
It's the 3-1 pitch into left center field for a base hit. Jake Gobert with a 2-out single here in the second.
Talked about Zach Wheeler struggling with the left-handed hitters on fastballs and changeup. That's a fastball and a good hitter's count. Jake Gobert fights his hands inside, and it's that line drive to left center. That's patented Jake Gobert right there. That's the reason why they say line drive hitter, using all fields.
Chris Nelson batting in the 8th spot, 2 for 7 since his call up on Friday night, 3rd consecutive start since he was pulled up from AAA El Paso. Takes a fastball outside, 1-0.
Zach Wheeler will pitch in, but it's usually with 2 strikes. You can see how he handles that outside corner to the right-handed hitter, Nelson.
Nelson lays off there, 2-0. Chris Nelson, the 9th overall pick in the 2004 draft. Zach Wheeler, the 6th overall pick in the 2009 draft. So a couple of top 10 guys going head to head here. Gobert with a 2-out single. Now Nelson ahead of Wheeler, 2-0. That one catches the bottom half of the strike zone, 2-1. Nelson can't catch up to the 96-mile-per-hour heat, 2-2.
Yeah, that fastball that has a lot of life, a lot of movement.
Two from Wheeler. Hit on the ground. Past Duda and into shallow right field. Gobert's going to go first to third. And the Padres, with a couple of men on here, get a chance to clear Despaigne in the bottom of the 2nd.
I see the location down and away. A nice job by Chris Nelson going the other way on a pitch. You have to go the other way, driving it past Duda. And watch Jake Gobert. He takes a look and he understands it gets past Duda at first base, peeks over his right shoulder and goes to third on his own. Very good base running by Jake Gobert.
Yeah, and you say, hey, third base with 2 outs, not the biggest deal in the world. But don't forget, d'Arnaud has all kinds of trouble handling balls down, and Wheeler likes to throw that curveball.
Exactly right, and that might force the hand of throwing the fastball to Despaigne.
Odrisamer 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts so far in his career. First pitch swinging this time. 0-1. No time like the present for that first big league hit, right?
Yeah, that'd be a great time right now. Anyway.
Slider, 0-2.
That's not fair when you're trying to get your first. Throw 98. You throw that 89-mile-an-hour slider.
No messing around from Wheeler. Runners on the corners. Even early in the game. No reason to do anything but go right after the guy. 0-2 just misses, and that's a ball and 2 strikes now to the Padre pitcher. Padres were 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position last night. 1-2 swung on and missed, and Wheeler gets his 3rd strikeout to get out of the inning. Couple of hits and 2 men left for the Padres. Will go to the 3rd, no score. With a nice couple of frames to start this one out. We told you he comes from all different arm angles, and that can be, Mark, even within the same at-bat.
Jesse, we're going to go back to the bat against David Wright in the first inning, and 3 different arm angles that we're going to focus on. The first one you can see has that almost a 3/4 arm angle, and then you can see on top of the baseball in the second one, and then dropping down again for the breaking ball to finish off David Wright. But it's different looks, and you can see the actions of the pitch, working on that fastball on the left side, and he works the outside edge. The second one is a fastball that's on the edge as well, getting for a strike, and then putting him away with the breaking ball. Very different angles and deception, and dominating a very good hitter at David Wright.
6 up, 6 down for Despaigne so far. 24 pitches to get through the first couple of innings. They'll face the bottom of the order for the Mets: Lagares, Tejada, and Wheeler. First pitch swinging, and Lagares to short. And Marista one way.
You heard that broken bat on our audio, and that was an awkward swing on a pitch that's just working off the barrel of the bat. Again, the deception, the changing of the arm angles will cause hitters fits. And also go into the thinking after you're at bat. You'll go, well, how am I going to attack this guy? I haven't seen him. What am I going to do? And you can see the pitch speed range, 93 mile an hour, and also 67 on the breaking ball changeup. Very impressive.
We've seen it come in slower than that too at times this year. He'll get it down to 65, 64 at times, and that's a big area of difference. First pitch to the shortstop, Tejada, misses a little bit outside, 1-0.
Well, Jesse, he's pitched up in San Francisco on his first start, also Los Angeles before the All-Star break, and he has met those challenges in tougher environments on the road.
Yeah, against a couple of good lineups as well. Hits Tejada here, and that'll be the first base runner of the afternoon for the Mets. Yeah, he took his first loss his last time out against the Dodgers in Los Angeles. 7 innings, allowed 2 runs.
Yeah, this fastball just gets away into Tejada's left shoulder. He takes it right on that left shoulder, probably one of the better places to get hit.
Yeah, he got hit in a good spot.
There you go.
Right on Mr. Met. Hit him in the head.
It's a big head to hit.
Yes, it is. Zach Wheeler bats left-handed. Sacrifice situation, pushes it hard towards first. Gobert will apply to tag himself. And a successful sacrifice for Wheeler puts Tejada on second base with 2 away. Eighth sacrifice bunt of the season for Wheeler. That leads the Mets. Helps himself out at the plate.
Yeah, nice job in getting that bunt down.
Second at bat coming for Curtis Granderson. Despaigne and Grandal chatting it up. Going over that scouting report against the Met right fielder. Runner on second, 2 away. Mets in the series. 5 for 16 with runners in scoring position.
The Padres implementing the shift again. And Marista on the right side of the infield.
Big curveball to Granderson, a called strike.
Well, again, heavy on the fastballs early in that first at bat by Granderson, where he flew out to center field on that slow breaking ball starting off his second at bat.
If you're standing in against a guy like this, you want to look at a couple, or?
Well, at the first at bat, especially when there's no one on base, and that was my preference. But you want to try to gain information your first at bat if you didn't really see it out of the hands.
A 1 to Granderson, swung on and missed. Changeup at 75, 0-2.
Well, 2 different looks on 2 different pitches as we see a beautiful day in San Diego. A great view.
Absolute jewel of a ballpark. You get these teams that, they just come here once a year. Some of the interleague teams once every couple of years, and they all say, man, it's one of the best in baseball.
Jealousy.
That's it. Mets will head to Seattle after this. Padres have the day off tomorrow, and then 3 at Wrigley. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. So 2 to Granderson, high outside. 3 night games at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what a venue that is too. If you're that old school approach, and great venue. The ivy should be beautiful in the outfield. And I know our friend Mark Grant's excited to go to Chicago.
Granderson swings and misses at the changeup. Second K for Despaigne. He works around the walk and the sack bunt. Go to the bottom of the third. Amarista coming up. Here at Petco Park in that Western Metal Supply Company building. So many cool places around this ballpark. You get to check out some very special pieces of Padre history.
Well, you know what, Jesse? He made himself into such a great right fielder in the 1998 playoffs. Threw out Derek Bell at third base in a Houston series. It was a tough series. It was one of the biggest momentum plays, and you always hear about the swings and the hits he made. What a great throw from right field that propelled us into the World Series.
Top of the order for the Padres here in the bottom of the third. Little Ninja. There's some big numbers the last couple of games. Grounded out in his first at bat here this afternoon. Second straight game, Amarista in the leadoff spot. Second time all year he's batted in the one hole. Seen Everett Cabrera, Denorfia, Smith, and Venable all lead off for the Padres this season.
I think Amarista has earned that spot. I think Bud Black really relishes a guy that has really made some good adjustments in the game with his opportunities, with Everett Cabrera going down. He's shortened his swing with 2 strikes and done a nice job at shortstop.
Wheeler ahead of him, 0-2. And that one misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A slider got a little bit away from Zach Wheeler that time.
Yeah, this is a pulled slider with 2 strikes just to make the hitter uncomfortable, move his feet.
One, 2 fouled away.
Yeah, that's why I like Alexi Amarista, because he hangs in there. You can see that toughness that he has in the batter's box. Moving his feet and then looking for that ball outside. That's part of the scouting report. Fouling off a high fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball dug out and fouled off outside of first. Wheeler 2-1 in his last 5 road starts with an ERA under 170. Had a great start here last year in August against the Padres. Career high 12 strikeouts that afternoon, but he did not get the win. Pod swept that series. Trying to win this one. Rubber game here on a Sunday afternoon. 2-2. Padres obviously trying to get things turned around in the second half of the season, and winning that first series after the All-Star break can certainly be a nice shot.
Yeah, very important, especially when you're going on the road.
2-2 grounded to first. Duda's got it. Nonchalantly take it himself. 1 away. Tuesday, catch part 1 of the 7-part special series, Scott and BR on Fox Sports San Diego. Catch up on San Diego sports news featuring special guest Chargers GM Tom Telesco. That's Tuesday after SD Live on Fox Sports San Diego. Oh, cartoons, I like that. Mentioned Tom Telesco. We saw Chargers coach Mike McCoy at the ballpark this afternoon.
We did, and he's got an exciting time. Wednesday they start. I'm excited for the Chargers.
Headley in the air to center. Easy play. Lagares has it. 2 away. Quick inning so far for Zach Wheeler. That'll bring Seth Smith to the plate. He singled his first time up. '75th start of the season for Seth Smith. And if you think back to spring training and even that first week of the season, that was not the plan, that at this moment Seth Smith would have 75 starts. But the way he has swung the bat and the way opposing rotations have lined up with the number of right-handed starters the Padres have seen, it became it, and he has earned each and every one of those starts best offensive player.
You're right, Jesse, and I think a lot of it has to do with the health of Carlos Quentin. He has been a good addition to try to spell Carlos Quentin when he's trying to get healthy with those knees. But he, as advertised, and he signed that new deal, and I know that the Padre fans are excited. This is a guy that really has been a consistent force in an offense which has really struggled, but I just like his presence. He's done a nice job in the outfield, made some good catches.
0-2 from Wheeler, a little bit down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But when you talk about plans at the plate, it looks like he tries to execute it every time, whether he fails or succeeds in the batter's box, and that is consistency, and I think that's what a lot of these young hitters have to learn from.
That one gets away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was pitch 51 from Zach Wheeler here in the bottom of the 3rd. Two is inside.
Okay.
Take it. Full count. Inside.
Yes, it was.
Thank you, Fox Tracks. Nice job, Chris Guccione. Home plate umpire got that one just right. Payoff pitch is on the outside corner, and strike 3 called. Nice curveball from Zach Wheeler. That's his 4th strikeout. We'll go to the 4th. Nice 3 innings so far. He reminds you of anybody, Mark Sweeney?
Well, let's take a look into our vault. You got to love this comparison. Fellow Cuban El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, and you can see the deception in the delivery, the high leg kick, and hiding the baseball. That's the reason why a lot of people talk about El Duque with the different arm angles and the motion that we take a look at. That high leg kick, that patented Cuban delivery, and then changing arm angles and changing speeds. I've been impressed, especially in only 5 starts for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, the poise is off the charts. I mean, first start at San Francisco, his last start at Los Angeles, big sellout crowds. No big deal to Odrisamer Despaigne. Daniel Murphy stands in. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. The moment has not been too big for him at any point.
And I think that's the comparison that I think a lot of people talk about El Duque doing it in a Yankee uniform and on the big stage, and it seemed like he didn't have any problems with those bigger moments.
0-2 to Murphy after he fouls that one away. And of course, he's not a typical rookie. He's 27 years old. But still, it's the big leagues.
You know, he's pitched on the national stage for the national team of Cuba and does not worry about those big situations. That's the reason why I mentioned the San Francisco start, his first start, and then also before the All-Star break in Los Angeles, where's that big atmosphere and those big challenges.
Cuban talent in the major leagues is nothing new as David Wright waits to hit. But look at the All-Star game this year. Some pretty serious guys.
Exactly right.
See Puig a lot, obviously. Jose Abreu, the White Sox. Padres missed him. He was on the DL. The Padres played on the south side earlier this year. That's just a couple of them. 1-2 is upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aroldis Chapman can throw 100 whatever miles per hour.
A home run derby winner.
Yeah. Yoenis Cespedes, back-to-back home run derby titles. Two and 2 to Murphy. Foul back to the screen. Last night's game, Mets did not have a hit until the 5th inning when Travis d'Arnaud trickled one to third base, and Chase Headley, hoping it would roll foul, saw it hit the bag. Didn't bounce off the bag. It wasn't hard hit. It just sort of rolled to the bag. 2-2 in the air left side. Could be a tough play. Amarista and Smith. Seth Smith makes the catch. One away. David Wright coming up. Here you take a look at the all-time home run list for the Mets. It's taking him some time, but he is inching his way towards Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah, and playing in one uniform means a lot to David Wright, and as well it should, because you hear about Derek Jeter playing 20 years in a Yankee uniform. David Wright doing that in New York in a Mets uniform. But impressive names on that list. A solid career for David Wright.
He is already their all-time leader in hits, runs, walks, RBI, doubles, game-winning RBIs. Fouls that one off, 0-1. And so home run's really the last notch in his belt. And he's getting there. Darryl.
What a swing.
Oh. Right hits that one in the air to center field. Venable going back. Got a beat on it. Makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the 4th. For Odrisamer Despaigne.
I tell you what, Jesse, these scouting reports for the Padres and how they do the defensive shifts and play in the outfield, and you can see these routes of the outfielders and the way they're played, but it's the location of the pitch, it's changing speeds, and also pitching to those scouting reports.
2 away, nobody on. Lucas Duda 0 for 1 with a ground out. They will shift for the big Met first baseman. Grounded into the shift his last time to Nelson, the second baseman, who plays that shallow right field. Takes the strike, 0-1. The shifts are becoming, as everybody knows, more and more common around Major League Baseball. And you get the sense that it's only going to continue to grow as the tracking of the ball becomes more precise and they're able to do more things. Curveball bounces in 1-1, and wouldn't be surprised if they become more extreme as they continue to evaluate all that data.
I agree. You're seeing a lot of it, especially for the left-handed hitters on the right side, but you're also seeing some shifts on the left side against some right-handed hitters. But I do agree with you, Jesse. It's going to be more prevalent in the game of baseball. It's probably going to filter down into the college ranks, and hopefully you don't see it in little leagues. I just like to see the purity of the game and some of the things, and not overthink things, because some of the younger players in the game sometimes can overthink And it slips into it. But also, if you see at Lucas Duda here, you see some of the guys laying bunts down, trying to get hits. As we see the wig, it's outstanding.
It's not his hair.
I need that.
1-2 to Duda. It's chopped foul.
You know I have a bad hair day every day, right?
You can pull it off. You, Mud, the Friar, y'all got it. It's a whole group.
Old school headband.
Got to get Cashner wigs for when he comes back on nights he pitches. 1-2 is down. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's got that mullet working. See him in the clubhouse. There he is.
On his way back, which is very good news.
Impressive. If you can pull it off, it's impressive.
2-2 down and into Duda, and the count runs full.
Well, this is a good sign. Seeing Andrew Cashner throwing. I want to see him throwing on the mound. I love watching him pitch. I love how he competes. And the Padres need him.
He's the ace of the staff. 3-2. Fouled away at the plate. We'll do it again. Despaigne and Duda with a little bit of a battle here.
Yeah, when you talk about the ace too, Jesse, it sets a tone for your staff. And we've seen Tyson Ross go about his business, the all-star for the Padres. And I think everyone fits into their spots when you have your ace at the top of the order.
Payoff pitch from Despaigne. Hit in the air. Deep left center field. Venable going back at the track. Makes the catch. Nice job by Will Venable chasing that one down. Duda gave it a ride. Despaigne applauds, and the side is retired. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Will Venable flashing the leather out in center field. No score. Padres coming up. Military Sunday at Petco Park as Yasmani Grandal stands in and fouls the first pitch back off the mask of Travis d'Arnaud. 0-1. Beautiful Sunday afternoon in downtown San Diego. Vance taking this one in, getting some sun. And watching Odrisamer Despaigne toss 4 hitless innings to start this one out. If that sounds familiar, it should. Tyson Ross did it last night. 0-1 to Grandal. Popped foul out of play. Last night, this was a bomb off of Yaz's bat.
Yeah, what a beautiful swing, as our Fox Vision shows how far it traveled. Once you go past that jack deck, you understand how far you're hitting it. That ball was squared up.
Grandal takes inside there, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 16 of his last 33 hits have been for extra bases. Chicks dig the long ball.
Yes, they do.
Spoils that 1-2 offering from Wheeler at 96 miles per hour.
That's why they didn't dig me. I couldn't hit the long ball.
It was the first of the 3 home runs last night for Grandal. Outside. Came as a leadoff man in the 2nd inning. This afternoon now he's leading off in the 4th inning. See if he can make some more magic against the Mets. 2-2. Lays off and the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's a tough take.
It is, and it's a good take, especially for Yasmani Grandal, getting into that 2-2 count, which is a pitcher's pitch, and staying off that. They typically get a better pitch 3-2.
He goes down and gets it on 3-2. Granderson going back at the track, looking up, gone. He did it again. Yasmani Grandal with his 2nd home run in as many games. His 9th of the season. 1-0 Padres.
Jesse, so many times you hear dropping the head of the bat on the baseball. That's exactly what Yasmani Grandal does on this approach. 3-2, and it's down. It's a good pitcher's pitch, and you can see just putting the barrel on the baseball and the strength of Yasmani Grandal. You have to use your legs, use the force of the ground, and that's exactly what it does. It travels out and bounces up to the area where he hit his last night's home run.
Kate Osborne has Yasmani Grandal and picked the stick today. Mark Loretta, a couple of nice swings the last couple of days from Grandal.
Yeah, real nice. You described it perfectly, Swings. He just threw the bat head at it and just let the velocity help it. Let me tell you something. Wheeler's fastball is flying out of his hands. This guy throws hard.
Will Venable also homered yesterday. Takes a pitch down, 1-1.
Well, you look at Yasmani Grandal, and yes, the numbers average-wise is not there, but 7 of 9 home runs here at home at Petco Park.
1-1 to Venable, swings over the curve.
You know, you said it, Jesse, too. Taking that 2-2 pitch and getting that opportunity to get a better pitch. And this was a pitcher's pitch as well, but it's that indication of his comfort level with his new stance and driving the baseball with that strength from Yasmani Grandal.
Well, it's what you said, too. Let Wheeler provide the power.
Yes.
1-2 down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You got in a better position. You understood that you could. A lot of left-handed hitters like that down and in pitch, especially to power the baseball. Yasmani Grandal is getting that power stroke going.
Big time at bat for him as Venable swings and misses at the 96-mile-per-hour heater. 1 away here in the 4th.
Number 13, Chris Philadelphia.
You can hear it too. It has a different sound down and in, but takes off. It was almost like a line drive taken out, and the benefit of having a day game and have it traveling a little bit more on a day game. That's a nice swing.
Grandal, the cleanup hitter last night and tonight. Home runs each of those games. Kristen Orfia takes a fastball called strike.
Well, Mark Loretta, you know Yasmani Grandal played first base last night, getting a base of at-bats on a new stance, and also the timing aspect of his swing.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been waiting for Yasmani to heat up.
Right at third off the bat of Denorfia, throws off the bag, but Duda gets the tag down on Denorfia. Nice job by Lucas Duda with the spatial awareness over at first base, and he bails out his third baseman. 2 away.
For me, Yasmani is a good hitter with power, and I think he's just, maybe coming off the knee injury from the offseason hurt him a little bit, but I really expected him to turn it up, and so far in the second half already he's gotten hot.
You see the two different swings, and this is today's swing where he has to go down for the 3-2 pitch. And keeping that barrel through the baseball, traveling because you're using his legs. And then last night, an elevated pitch, which you're seeing two different swings, but same approach, and the power to the right center of the ballpark. Not down the lines, but the power to the big part of the field. That's what's so impressive.
Jake Gobert singled in the second inning. Bats with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 run in for the Padres on the leadoff homer here in the 4th by Yasmani Grandal. 4 home runs in this series for the Padres. All of them have led off an inning. Last night, Grandal in the 2nd, Venable in the 4th, Smith in the 6th. Grandal in the 4th here today. 2-0.
You see 69 pitches for Wheeler, and now you're seeing start to make some mistakes with the breaking ball. Some Padre hitters changing their game plan.
2-0 to Gobert, right there for a strike. 2-1. In last night's game, all 3 home runs came on good hitters counts. 3-1, 2-0, 2-0. Grandal worked that count, good at bat, and on 3-2, of course, you never quite know what you're going to get, and he handled the pitch beautifully.
Yeah, he did, and gaining information in your first at bat, adjusting to your second at bat, very important. But like you said, Jesse, getting in those hitters counts and squaring the ball up, not over swinging, but doing mechanically what you've been practicing on before the games.
Hitters count for Jake Gobert, and that could be a hit. It's off the glove of Wheeler. Tejada tried to barehand it, couldn't come up with it. And that should be an infield single for Jake Gobert, his 2nd hit of the afternoon. Five hits now for the Padres. A couple here in the 4th.
Let's take a look at how this ricochets off Wheeler's glove, and that's a ball that's hit squared up down on the ground. And Tejada's only chance was to barehand it and try to make a throw over first base. A credit Jake Gobert, excuse me, on 2 hits and 2 successful at bats against a tough right-hander.
It was the right idea from Tejada, but a high degree of difficulty as Chris Nelson swings at that one, 0-1. Nelson singled under Lucas Duda his first time up. The 0-1. Too high, a ball and a strike.
Mark Loretta, you've been impressed with Jake Gobert and the opportunities that he's had so far.
I have. You know, for a young player to be able to handle coming off the bench swings, as you know, is not an easy task. We're not getting consistent at bats, but he must be working hard in the cage and getting his work in.
1-1, called strike on the inside corner.
Mark, and you know, a lot of people talk about him being a line drive hitter. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's only a certain amount of guys that can hit consistent home runs, and if you're not going to be that guy, hit line drives and hard ground balls. That gives you a chance to get on base. Don't strike out.
1-2 to Nelson is a line drive and a base hit into right field. Gobert gonna go. He's going first to third, and he'll make it standing up. 2nd hit of the afternoon for Chris Nelson. He and Gobert are both 2 for 2. And once again, he gets a clear to spot him.
Yeah, reduction of the bottom part of your lineup, and Chris Nelson has been a nice add in these 3 games in a Padre uniform. But watch the approach going the other way on a slider down and away. And credit Jake Gobert again going first to third and reading the outfielder, knowing where they're positioned. Granderson is deep in right field, and he knows that before the pitch is even thrown. He takes a peek at right field and also picks up Hoffman at third base, 1st and 3rd for the Padres offense with 2 outs.
Same exact situation as in the 2nd inning. Gobert on 3rd, Nelson on 1st with Despaigne up and 2 away. Once again, remind you, Darno struggling with pitches in the dirt. OD drops one down. Wright's got time and throws him out. Nice thought, nice idea, a little bit too hard, and David Wright throws him out, and the side is retired. The Padres, though, do get one. Yasmani Grandal with his 2nd homer in as many games. Padres on top, 1-0 as we head to the 5th. by Petco, the power of together, by your San Diego Lexus dealer, and by Jack in the Box. Head in for the new Jalapeno Ranch or BBQ Ultimate Cheeseburgers.
Jesse, I heard you can play a mean trash can.
More of a bongo guy.
Oh, all right.
You play any instruments?
No, I tried the saxophone. I embarrassed the family.
Bobby Abreu due up second this inning. It'll be our Darno, Abreu, and Lagares against Odrisamer Despaigne. Despaigne doing exactly what Tyson Ross did last night. Let's get a look at Yasmani Grandal, who also did today exactly what he did last night, and that's hit a home run to lead off an inning. Solo shot to start the fourth. 1-0 Padres thanks to the Yasman. Tyson Ross last night 4 hitless innings. He faced Travis d'Arnaud to lead off the fifth, and he had that infield single. And here's d'Arnaud again in the fifth. And again, the Mets looking for their first hit. Despaigne nibbling away, misses 1-0.
You know, Jesse, you talked about Despaigne trying to lay that bunt down. It was a great idea and a little too hard, but credit Chris Nelson again turning the order over, and that is important as the chemistry of the game moves on. But I like that idea by Despaigne, just a little too hard, trying to steal another run.
Yeah, it means in the fifth you get Amarista leading off instead of the pitcher. That's a big difference if you're able to string a couple of hits together. 2-1 to d'Arnaud. Only base run of the afternoon for the Mets, Ruben Tejada. He walked with 1 out in the third. Oh, a hit by pitch, sorry. Got him right on the shoulder. 2-2 from Despaigne to d'Arnaud. On the ground to short. Amarista's got it. Throws out the Mets catcher, 1 away.
Yeah, Despaigne looks like an artist out there. Really, the only hit by pitch to Ruben Tejada was the only pitch that got away from him, but he's been locating, he's been changing speeds, exactly what we talked about. He's been doing a nice job at this level.
Most of those numbers for Bobby Abreu coming many moons ago. Mostly as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. Played for the Phils from '98 to '06, then a couple of years with the Yankees, Angels. Did spend some time with the Dodgers. Not in the big leagues last year, but he did play winter ball in Venezuela. Takes a strike from Despaigne, 0-1.
Well, Jesse, so many people transitioning into that bench role are those starters that have started a long time. But Bobby Abreu is that guy that likes work counts. He likes to take pitches, and sometimes that doesn't translate into this job of coming off the bench, getting spot starts.
There's that 65-mile-an-hour hook from Despaigne. He gets the call, 0-2.
I think he's taking a look at Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, and wondering why you're giving that pitch. But he has deserved that big part of the plate. As our Fox Tracks by Southland Technology shows that that number 2 pitch was a little off the plate.
The 0-2, they go outside again, this time with the fastball. It misses. KG veteran Bobby Abreu getting his second look at Odrisamer Despaigne. Flew out to right his first time up. A little fedora action.
Love seeing kids at the ballpark.
One-two to Abreu, slapped the other way and foul just outside of third.
You've seen a lot of indecision in the Mets hitters because they really can't time anything, and they're trying to guess along with Despaigne, and that's going to be a long day for you. They're finding that out.
One-two to the 40-year-old Bobby Abreu. Popped up center field. Venable. 2 away. USAA and the Padres team up for each Sunday home game to honor the military. And this morning, the Fan Express delivered some of our pregame ceremony honorees to the game. So on behalf of the Padres and USAA, thank you for your service. Military Sunday at Petco Park. The annual salute to veterans today. Got to stay hydrated. 2 outs here in the 5th. Juan Lagares. Fastball, strike 1. Lagares grounded out to shortstop, his only at bat. An exciting young player for the Mets. Hits this one slowly back to Despaigne. No problem. Odrisamer throws him out, and that is 5 no-hit innings for Odrisamer Despaigne. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Padres, top of the order, do well. Real Close by USAA, proudly serving the financial needs of current and former military members and their families. And by Aramco Group, purchase, refinance, reverse. Visit us at aramco.biz. Bottom of the 5th inning. Head into work. 1-0 Padres. Odrisamer Despaigne, he's doing work. No hits through 5 allowed. Padres with a lead thanks to Yasmani Grandal's leadoff homer in the 4th. And now the leadoff man, Alexi Amarista, to start things here in the 5th against Zach Wheeler. First pitch swinging, lines one foul into the seats. Couple of groundouts to the right side for Amarista. One to first, one to second. Getting an opportunity to play in that leadoff spot. Amarista again to the right side. Murphy, one away. As we promised you, now we've got the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to hashtag SDFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. Raja. There with the whole crew.
Oh, there's Raleigh.
1 out for Chase Headley. Fastball strike, 0-1. Second half of the season, very good for Chase Headley. Everybody knows about 2012, but each of the last couple of years he's gotten it done.
See that right there, the slugging percentage, very important. 2012, best second half.
So far in the month of July, he's had a hit in 11 of 14 games. Heating up. 2 for 4 last night with an RBI and a run scored. 1-1. Hit in the air, shallow left field. That's Abreu coming in. Tejada going out. They'll let it fall. Fair ball into the seats. It's a double. Took Abreu a while to get there. And a ground rule double for Chase Headley with one out of the fifth.
Well, Bobby Abreu looked 40 years old on this play, and you could see it has to go a long way, especially with a left-handed hitter. And Chase Headley doesn't think this is going to drop. Goes a long way, and this drops right inside the foul line. But he went a long way for that. It just did not go there. And then the fan ends up getting it for the double for Chase Headley.
Nice snag. 12th two-base hit of the year for Chase. Runner in scoring position, one out for Seth Smith. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Middle of the order getting it done the last couple of days for the Pods. Trying to keep that going, add to the lead here in the 5th. Strike one. It's kind of an effortless 95 from Wheeler, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like he's just throwing a bullpen, and that's why it's impressive about the fastball is it doesn't look like he's overthrowing it. And he's maintaining his velocity, 95 on that last pitch.
Smith had the home run in the 6th inning of the game last night. Fouls this one away at the other side, 0-2.
You're right, Jesse. Wheeler's fastball reminds me of Cash's a little bit with his lack of effort, seemingly lack of effort. It jumps out of his hand. Another guy that it kind of reminds me of is a young Kerry Wood swings.
Yeah, I think that's great comparisons there. You know, Cashner, Kerry Wood. All those guys that have plus velocity arms and really don't look like they're overthrowing, look like they're playing catch.
0-2 to Smith, just inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. You see the pitch count getting up there for Wheeler. That was number 85. The average is over 17.5 pitches per inning. That's the 3rd highest in the majors, and he's at about 19 per inning here this afternoon. So that's something that we know he's trying to work on moving forward, be a little bit more efficient, go deeper into games.
I think that's the adjustment a lot of young pitchers have to make.
1-2 to Smith is swung on and missed. That is strikeout number 6 for Wheeler. Continuing to get it done. And speaking of strikeouts, it's time for the Saquon Casino Daycation stat of the game. There you go. 12 strikeouts here at Petco last August.
A strikeout in every inning today. It's the 6th strikeout of the day.
Gotten Smith twice. Yasmani Grandal, home run his last time up. That's the one on your screen. Leadoff homer in the 4th. Headley at second, 2 away, strike 1.
Well, Mark Loretta with a plus fastball for Wheeler. What was your approach on guys like this?
Well, with that kind of fastball, you've got to hit off the fastball for sure and just trying to adjust to the curve. Wheeler doesn't have a great slider, so his go-to pitch is that big curve, which you can identify just a split second quicker than a good slider.
0-1 hit up the middle to Hot on a big hop. He's got time with Grandal running, throws to first, and the side is retired. Nice play by Ruben Tejada over at shortstop. Headley doubles, but is stranded. OD coming back out. One supplied by that guy, Yasmani Grandal, his second home run in as many days. A solo shot leading off the fourth inning. That gave him a run. Odrisamer Despaigne is given none. A couple of strikeouts in this game. Got David Wright looking, got Curtis Granderson chasing, and he has not allowed a hit through 5 innings against the Mets. He's back out on the hill to face Ruben Tejada, Zach Wheeler, and Curtis Granderson here in the 6th. Getting a little interesting.
Well, he's shown a lot of different things, different looks for the Mets hitters, and really has worked both sides of the plate. That's impressive to me. It's not just one pitch that's been dominating. He's shown a lot of different looks, both on arm angles and also speed of pitches.
And pretty efficient, too. Just 60 pitches through 5 innings. If there's any fan base that understands the Padres' frustration with a lack of no-hitters, it is the Met fan. First pitch, a called strike to Tejada. Mets, an expansion franchise in 1962. Finally got one 2 years ago, Johan Santana at Citi Field. Just misses 1-1. Got a long way to go, though, just 5 innings. And that's about the point you start taking it a little bit seriously. Dealing with the bottom of the Mets order here in the 6th. That one's hit in the air to left. Smith going back. Routine. 1 away. Zach Wheeler with that sacrifice back in the 3rd inning. Tejada, who just flew out. The only base runner the Mets have had today. He was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. Mets pitcher swings and misses at a fastball. 0-1.
See the elbow pad on that right elbow right there. It's because he's a right-handed pitcher. You got to protect that pitching elbow, especially when he switches around and hits left-handed.
66 on the curveball, 0-2. Despaigne. Slow roller to short. Amarista. 2 away. Wheeler was hustling down the line.
Well, good hustle down the line, but Alexi Amarista fielding that ball and knowing he had a little bit more time, and I like that. He's having that internal clock and knowing his arm strength and getting the out. You take a look at that play from Alexi Amarista. It almost takes an extra couple steps because he knows his arm speed, his arm strength, and getting it over to Gobert for the out.
Curtis Granderson with 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Mets leadoff man 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. Pitch high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. See the shift on Granderson. 27-year-old Odrisamer Despaigne. 2-0. Granderson certainly capable of supplying power out of the leadoff spot. Three balls and no strikes. First 3-0 count of the afternoon for Despaigne.
Sorry, Jesse. You see Will Venable on that right side in the outfield too, along with the infield shift on the right side. But because Granderson came from Yankee Stadium with that short porch, learned how to pull the ball correctly.
Takes ball 4 there. Yeah, and he pulled a lot of them a couple of years ago. 43 home runs for the Yankees. Became just the 5th Yankee outfielder ever with more than 42 home runs.
Give me those names.
Maris, Ruth, Mantle, DiMaggio.
It's a nice list.
Yeah, not bad. Just a walk this time for Granderson. A 2-out base runner. Daniel Murphy coming to the plate. Just the second man to reach against Despaigne this afternoon. He's not allowed a hit. Tejada hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Granderson the walk here in the 6th. Murphy 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. Granderson certainly a threat to go 8 for 10 in the stolen base department this season. Murphy comes up empty there. 0-1.
And not a bad time to go too. 2 outs. Down 1-0. You have to have opportunities, and you know from Despaigne and what he's given today, those are good times to really do that calculated risk.
The 0-1 wrapped foul, 0-2 to Daniel Murphy. Nice play.
What a play. Off the carom. Yeah, why not? Give the knuckles.
Got some gold glovers down the lines here at Petco Park.
Very impressive. They don't even implement the defensive shift either.
And I love the eye black.
You gotta love it. They're game on.
You got glare today. 0-2 to Murphy. Outside. Despaigne took a long pause there, trying to mess with Granderson's timing.
That's exactly right. I mean, if you have to hold runners too, and we talked about the composure on the mound. It's impressive in tight situations, but he handles the running game. He knows how to change different looks with his leg kick.
1-2, got him. 6 no-hit innings for Odrisamer Despaigne. Don't go anywhere. Go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 1-0 lead for the Padres. Third strikeout of the afternoon for OD. To all of our service members at home and abroad. A salute to our armed forces on Military Sunday here at Petco Park. Bottom of the 6th inning. Padres 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. The Mets, no runs, no hits, no errors. Zach Wheeler back out on the hill. 88 pitches for the Mets starter. Done a good job this afternoon. Yasmani Grandal with a home run back in the 4th inning. Outside of that, Wheeler's done a pretty good job of keeping the San Diego bats in check. Misses with a changeup to Will Venable. 1 ball and no strikes. Center fielder for the Padres 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks this afternoon. Takes that one outside. 2-0.
You're not seeing the command that Wheeler had early in the game, and 90 total pitches now. Hopefully the Padres can capitalize on a mistake pitch.
2-0. Venable with a hard line drive into center field for a base hit. Leadoff man aboard here in the 6th.
What a start. 2-0 count. You're looking for that fastball away, and you square it up for Will Venable. Getting that foot down, and you can see driving through the baseball on a hitter's count, but that short stroke that Will Venable has. Nice start for the Pods.
Zach Wheeler back to the stretch. Runner on first. Nobody out. Chris Denorfia.
Gonna look for that ball in the dirt, especially that curveball.
Gets a fastball at 95. 0-1. Couple of ground outs for Dino. Both to the left side, one to short, one to third. Terry Collins watching on.
It's a hit and run scenario too, with a guy throwing a lot of strikes. Take a look at Will Venable going over and keeping him close, but Chris Denorfia is that guy that has that short swing and will do whatever it takes to get the ball on the ground, protect the runner in a hit and run situation.
No balls and a strike to Denorfia. Lays off 1-1. Dana Evelyn, the lefty, getting going for the Mets. Saw him pitch a couple of innings in Friday night's game. Venable goes 1-1, swung on and missed. Stolen base. Looked like a hit and run, tough pitch to hit.
Yeah, Bud Black tries to get things created, and he gets that pitch down and away for Chris Denorfia. He swings to protect the runner, and Will Venable's speed getting into second base. Got to try to create some different holes in the infield, especially with Zach Wheeler doing so well today. Good job by the Padre offense.
It's nice being able to hit and run with a guy with legitimate speed like Venable, because even if it's a tough pitch like that one was, he still has a good opportunity to steal the base. Denorfia misses that one. 7th strikeout for Wheeler. One away now. Runner on second for Jake Gobert, who is 2 for 2 this afternoon.
That's another reason why you take chances. You try to get that first and third situation with a hit and run, but now you got a guy in scoring position for Jake Gobert, and also Chris Nelson, who's had a good day.
Yeah, the 7-8 hitters in the Padre lineup, both 2 for 2 this afternoon. Wheeler heading towards 100 pitches. Man in scoring position for Gobert. Venable with good speed on second. Bounces one, gets away from d'Arnaud. Venable easily to third. How many times have we seen it this weekend?
Yeah, you see the tough thing on a fastball that is yanked by Wheeler to the benefit of the Padre offense. Now at third base, so a fastball he yanks to on his glove side, and d'Arnaud cannot even keep it in front.
8th passed ball of the season charged to d'Arnaud. He had one yesterday as well. And now the infield comes in for the Mets. Gobert's got a couple of different ways to bring home the second run of the day. 1-0 hit in the air to center. Not deep. Lagares has a cannon. Venable won't even tag. 2 away. Time now for the Fan Diego fan of the game. Take a look around Petco Park. How about Agnes McKee? She's our fan of the game. 105 years old. She threw out the first pitch this afternoon.
It's incredible. The arm speed. What a great moment in today's game, and you see Rene Rivera giving her back the ball. 105 years young. I don't think Chris Nelson's going to see a pitch right here with Despaigne up next.
It'll be just the 10th time all season a Padre batter has been intentionally walked. For comparative purposes, Ruben Tejada for the Mets, and he bats 8th a lot, which explains it. He's been intentionally walked 10 times.
Yeah.
But again, it puts the Padres in a situation for the 3rd time this afternoon where Despaigne is not going to have to lead off the inning.
Exactly right. You know, when pitchers have big performances like Despaigne has today, you'll see something offensively where they'll do something. Hopefully we see his first, both RBI and hit right here.
Last time in this situation, runners on the corners with 2 outs. And this is the 3rd time this afternoon Despaigne has been up in that situation. But last time he tried to push a bunt for a base hit. Got a little too much of it, though, and David Wright had to play at third base. But if there's comfort and familiarity, he's got to be comfortable here.
This is probably going to be his last hitter, getting up to the 101 pitch mark right now. But Dana Eveland's loose in the pen with Amarista up next.
Despaigne tapped that one foul behind the plate. 0 for 2 this afternoon, as you saw. 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts in the big leagues. Starting to look a little more comfortable at the plate, though.
Well, you see David Wright, and he's moved back into that dirt. Despaigne probably took a peek down there. Why not try it again? If you don't feel comfortable swinging the bat, why not put a bunt down, try to create some problems?
He takes 0-2. 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Is it easier to bunt a pitch like that that's coming in that speed kind of straight as opposed to a slower breaking pitch?
Yeah, you know what? You got to take your chances. We've seen Andrew Kasher, Tyson Ross tried it last night, but
0-2, gets a piece, fouls it off. There you go.
You can see it's uncomfortable for Despaigne to swing the bat. There's some pitchers that I think a lot of the purists out there don't like that National League style because of this situation. I love it. I think it's great. You have to help yourself. You have to do little things to win you ball games, and these are the scenarios and the reason why I love it.
It adds to the strategy of the game. 0-2 to Despaigne. Bends away from a curveball. It just misses. 1-2.
Guys, I'm pretty sure in the international game as well, they use the DH exclusively.
Hey.
Well, it shows, doesn't it?
It shows. I think you could bring somebody out of the stands here and you wouldn't notice much of a difference.
Played at Industriales in Cuba, the Yankees of the Cuban League. 1-2. Chop to the right side. Wheeler off the mound. Duda, though, will field it and tag Despaigne out for the 3rd out. Couple of men left aboard for the Padres here in the 6th, but perhaps the real story is what that guy is doing on the mound. Of the day, a couple close calls, as there always are. Lucas Duda deep to center. Will Venable had to run a long way to get to that one. Nice play here at shortstop by Alexi Amarista. Had a little bit of trouble getting the ball out of the glove, but able to retire Zach Wheeler. Got to have a couple strikeouts in there as well. David Wright looking, Curtis Granderson swinging, and Odrisamer Despaigne keeping everybody tuned in on a Sunday afternoon. No hits for the Mets through 6. David Wright, Lucas Duda, and Travis d'Arnaud coming up against Despaigne.
Well, Jesse, a couple things have happened. Yasmani Grandal and Despaigne have had good chemistry today. Not a lot of shaking from Despaigne, but only 3 strikeouts. But you see the deception and the changing of speeds puts the ball on the ground most times, and some weak fly balls we've seen from the Mets hitters.
Today is game 7,264 in franchise history, going back to 1969. Buzz just got to sit back and watch at this point, like the rest of us. David Wright 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. 3, 4, and 5 for the Mets here in the 7th. Just 2 base runners for New York. Tejada hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Granderson walked with 2 outs in the 6th. Ball 1. At what point on the bench, whether it's your team or the opposing team, the guys start kind of thinking about it a lot, you think?
Well, I think now they're aware of it. You see what's going on in the game, and you understand that just watching the game and being look at the scoreboard. You're always peeking at the scoreboard and seeing what's going on. But some guys might not be in tune to that yet. But grab a seat, take a look.
2-1 to David Wright. That one catches the outside corner. A lot of people paying very close attention to Odrisamer Despaigne right now. Nice pitch catching the outside corner to right. This one's fouled away. 2-2. Take a look at the Mets box score. Tells the story of the day.
Especially on that left side. You got to love that.
2-2 to right. Fouled away again.
Jesse, so many times that we see it on the other side with Zach Wheeler, that velocity. He has maintained it in changing speeds. 93 on that fastball. He changes speeds with his fastball, changes the way he manipulates the ball.
2-2 to right. Pops foul behind the dugout, out of play.
Also has that curveball and changeup to go along with arm side run, the four-seam fastball, reaching back, just changing looks to the hitters.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming to right. 2-2. Fly ball. Hit to center. On a line. Venable. One away. David Wright now 0 for his last 22 against the Padres.
That's when you take a deep breath, because you see the last few pitches to David Wright. He was starting to hone in on his swings. You saw better swings, and you take a deep breath, sigh of relief, because of the experience of David Wright.
Saw the great catch by Venable earlier in the game. That was off the bat of Lucas Duda in the fourth inning. First pitch swinging this time. Back to the screen. 0-1.
Big leg kick, big swing on a fastball.
Big shift against Duda. Padre defense playing the odds with the Mets first baseman at the plate. 0-1. Got him on the foot. Second hit batsman of the afternoon for Despaigne, just the third base runner for the Mets. And d'Arnaud will come to the plate. Buddy Black not happy with the effort or lack thereof of Lucas Duda to get out of the way of that pitch.
A lot of time to look at that slow breaking ball, and you can see the leg kick. He puts his foot down and he acts like a statue. Here you go. That's the reason why he takes it off the back toe.
You almost never see that rule enforced.
No, and really have to see somebody lean into a pitch and for that to be called.
If you're thinking double play, and I know you are, Travis d'Arnaud has grounded into 8 so far this season. Strike one. d'Arnaud grounded to short last time up, popped to first in the second. One ball and one strike to Travis d'Arnaud.
Yeah, it seems like Despaigne has really slowed down in between pitches, being very methodical in these scenarios. But also you're going to see that gamesmanship for the Mets hitters, trying to get out, acting like something's in their eye, try to change things up.
Strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
He continues to locate with all of his pitches, especially on that glove side.
Despaign's gotten it done so far in all manner of ways. 3 strikeouts, fly balls, ground outs. 2-2.
Tried to quick pitch him right there. Lucas Duda is not a base stealer. They're giving the hitter a different look and slide stepping in scenarios that you know they're not going to be stealing bases. Trying to disrupt the timing of hitters.
Two on the ground to short. Could be two. Amarista for one. Not in time. Fielder's choice, 2 away.
This ball just took Amarista a little too far to his right. That's the reason why they don't turn it, but he does a nice job with the feed to Chris Nelson, and Chris Nelson with the transfer doesn't really get it cleanly. Hustling down the line is Darno.
Despaigne gets the 1 out. Darno the runner at first, 2 away for Abreu. Couple of flyouts from the veteran. Changeup misses low, 1-0.
He's given Bobby Abreu a lot of looks. A 75-mile-an-hour curveball the last time for that lollipop curveball for a strike. Fastball, and then he let him off with a changeup this at bat.
Misses away, 2-0.
Seen a lot of shakeoffs now that you didn't see earlier in the game with Yasmani Grandal.
Grandal has been a huge help to Despaigne, not just on the field, and he's caught all 5 of his starts now, but in the clubhouse he served as his translator when talking to the media.
Yeah, a lot of shaking right now, and I think they have to get on the same page. Usually you'll see a catcher go out and try to get on the same page. But this is slow down the process. Fastball away.
It is, and it's a strike, 2-1. It's a lonely place, that pitcher's mound.
Well, you got to have chemistry between your catcher. You got to have that understanding, and that comes with experience. This is only his 5th start in the big leagues, and all with Yasmani Grandal. Going fastball in.
Misses, 3-1.
Well, to Chris Puccione's credit, he has not given that inside fastball, especially to left-handers. No, Bud Black wants it, but it's the consistency from the umpires that I think all hitters will expect.
Hitters count for Abreu. Been around a long time, seen a lot of pitches. 3-1 misses, ball 4, and so runners on first and second now, 2 outs for the Mets. And Lagares coming to the plate. No need to give in.
No need to give in to a veteran guy that really is looking for something. You know he has a plan at the plate. Bobby Abreu will take pitches. He's not afraid of getting to that 3-2 count. Done it his whole career. But what's alarming now is the pitch count. The way his things have slowed down. 93 pitches now for Despaigne.
Oh, by the way, it's a 1-0 game. Lagares takes outside. 1-0.
This is the first inning that he's looked tentative, especially with his pitches, especially off the plate.
Ball strike ratio was so good coming into this inning, and now evenly split in the 7th. Misses there. 2-0.
To your point, Jesse, it's a 1-0 game because Bud Black understands the scenario that's in front of him. But you have to manage this game to try to win the game, and you're seeing a pitcher out there on the mound that's being tended for the first time in the game, and the pitch count is rising.
Crowd trying to get behind him here at Petco. 2-0 to Lagares, high inside, ball 3. Well, the inning started out with a line drive off the bat of David Wright, caught by Will Venable. Duda was then hit by a pitch. Darno, a ground out fielder's choice, and a walk to Abreu. Now a 3-ball, no strike count to Juan Lagares. OD going to tuck his shirt back in.
Jesse, for Bud Black and also Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, they're still gaining information from Despaigne, trying to learn him, understand him a little bit more. And these situations are the indication of what they're trying to figure this young man out.
Shirt tucked in, there's a strike. And all the fans here at Petco understand this situation. No hits for the Mets through 6, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Lagares 0 for 2 this afternoon, couple of ground outs. 3 straight balls, a strike, and now a 3-1 offering. High, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Now the Mets have the bases loaded with 2 outs, and shortstop Ruben Tejada coming to the plate. No hits, but 98 pitches for Odrisamer Despaigne.
And you wonder how long the leash is as he gets on the phone and guys start stretching in the Padre bullpen.
Needs 1 out to get through the 7th. Tejada, first pitch swinging, foul ball, out of play, right side. It's funny, Gobert, the first baseman, Denorfia, the right fielder, both gave that one a pretty good hustle, even though the ball was clearly going into the seats.
Well, defensively, you know the scenario. It's time to lay out, but also try to win a ball game, and all hands on deck.
That's a first pitch strike as you see Darno, Abreu, and Lagares. On the ground to Despaigne. 7 no-hit innings for Odrisamer Despaigne. Padres with a 1-0 lead as we are through 7. God bless America coming up here at Petco Park. We'll stay with it as Odrisamer Despaigne giving everybody something to cheer about on a Sunday afternoon in San Diego.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Before we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," please stand in salute of our military and their efforts to protect our freedom. Now, welcome retired Navy Commander Abe Thompson. Please sing along as he presents "God Bless America."
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
USAA. Final game of a 3-game weekend series between the Padres and the Mets. That's the story. Odrisamer Despaigne, 7 no-hit innings. Just his 5th big league start.
You see the non-communication from his teammates too. Pretty interesting dynamic to the game.
Zach Wheeler's afternoon is done after 6 innings and 106 pitches. Our Drew Ford pitching change. Dana Evelyn, the lefty, in for the second time this weekend.
Yeah, Dana Evelyn, 2 innings of 1-hit ball in the first game of the series.
Interesting guy. He's done a really nice job for the Mets. Hooked on with the team back in May. Pitched in Korea last year. I love those stories. The guys that are going to do anything they can just to kind of keep it going. Blaine Boyer in the Padre bullpen is a great example of that. Waiting for that next opportunity and then taking advantage when it comes. That's been his story. Alexi Amarista stands in. He takes a ball from Evelyn, 1-0.
Yeah, persevering through the game of baseball, and everyone always has a story. But for Dana Evelyn, that passion for the game of baseball, and why not? They hand out a uniform, put it on with pride.
Outside again to Amarista, 2 balls and no strikes. Kind of an interesting game. Obviously the no-hitter is at the top of everybody's mind, but it's 1-0 tight ball game. Every pitch counts right now. There's a strike, 2-1 to Amarista. Alexi 0 for 3 this afternoon.
Well, the Padre offense would love to add a little bit of space. Add some runs to this 1-0 lead.
Amarista in the air, shallow center. Lagares plays shallow, comes on, makes the catch, 1 away.
Now this young man is so impressive in center field. Comparisons of Andrew Jones. Plays a shallow center field as we see Despaigne trying to stay loose in the Padre dugout. Center fielder for the Mets. Should be in this game for a long time.
One out for Chase Headley, doubled his last time up. Takes that one from Evelyn for a called strike. First at bat from the right side this afternoon for the Padre third baseman. See his numbers this weekend against the Mets. Continues to hit well here in the month of July. Nothing in 2. Grandal's 1 is the 1 in the run column. Solo homer for the Padre catcher, leading off the 4th inning.
3-2 fastball down and in to Grandal and deposited in the right center beach area.
Headley sprays the 0-2 foul out of play.
Back-to-back games with a home run for Yasmani Grandal. Yesterday the first baseman, today the backstop with Despaigne.
The last time Padre cleanup hitter hit home runs in back-to-back games, it was Chase Headley last September. Headley in the 2-hole. Takes that one inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called to Chase Headley, 2 away. Time now for the Bill Howe play of the game. Will Venable out in center field. Every special day has a special play or two, right?
Yeah, and you look at our Fox vision and how far Will Venable goes. On the right side to start, you can see that first step is a huge break. On a day game, you have to battle the sun, battle the elements. He has sunglasses on, goes a long way for this ball, and a beautiful catch ranging to his right for the center fielder.
Quick couple of outs for Dana Evelyn. Seth Smith 1 for 3 this afternoon. First pitch swinging up the middle, base hit. Murphy efforted it But for Smith, his second single of the day, and a 2-out base runner for the Padres will bring Grandal to the plate in the 7th.
Oh, great approach, looking out over the plate. He gets the slider that's elevated, which is a lot easier to make an adjustment swing-wise. Using the big part of the field up the middle for Seth Smith.
Grandal 1 for 3. We mentioned the homer. Turns around to bat right-handed against Evelyn. Lays off that one. Here's the big blast.
Yeah, a different sound down and in. He drops the head of the bat to the baseball. Out of the park it goes for a big home run off the top of the fence. Travels a little bit more during the day. A big home run for the San Diego Padres.
Ahead in the count here. The slider slides in for a strike. 1-1. If you're thinking about fast forwarding to the top of the 8th, pitcher spot Granderson and Murphy do for the Mets. Quick throw to first. Smith didn't have much of a lead. Strike 2.
How about Yasmani Grandal giving tribute to the late great Tony Gwynn with his eye black number 19 on there. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, been wearing it for much of the last few weeks. Gets a piece of that one and fouls it off behind the plate.
It's a big piece of Darno, the catcher. Take a look at O.D. Despagne.
Seth Smith at first. 2 away for Yasmani Grandal. Check on the run. So we saw Eveland on Friday night through a couple of innings in relief of Bartolo Colon. Allowed just 1 hit. Outside ball 2. Do you think Despagne would rather have a longer inning or a shorter inning to wait?
I think shorter. Like to get out there. He had 26 pitch 7th inning. So maybe this breather, but I think he's had enough. He's ready to go.
Just misses on 2-2. And so the count full on Yasmani Grandal, as it was when he homered in the 4th. Will Venable would be next. Runner goes, and the 3-2 is chopped slowly to second. Murphy's got to wait on it. Throw to first is in time to get the catcher Grandal. And the Padres are done in the bottom of the 7th. Though Odrisamer Despagne, oh, he's not done. He is not allowed to hit through 7 innings. And we go to the 8th. The pitcher, Granderson and Murphy, due up for the Mets.
nice view of the ballpark. This is maybe a nice place to watch history as Odrisamer Despaigne tries to become the first Padre to pitch a no-hitter. Pitcher spot up next. He'll use a pinch hitter, then go through the top of the lineup. What does he need to do, OD, to settle in?
I think just keep doing what he's doing. Keep changing speeds, keep changing angles, and hopefully he's not getting too tired. I know last inning taxed him a little bit, but he's going to have some adrenaline in his next innings, that's for sure.
Well, coming up on Padres Live, the post-game show, we'll have a complete wrap-up as Odrisamer Despaigne tries to chase history. We'll hear from Buddy Black, that and much more coming up on Padres Live, the post-game show. Gentlemen?
Chris, Mark, thanks a lot. There you see the numbers for Despaigne, and even 100 pitches through 7 innings, 3 walks, hit 2 batters. So the Mets have had 5 base runners. This has happened before. Not in a couple of years, though. Game number 7,264 in Padre history. Pinch hitter Kirk Neuenhuis leads it off. That's for the pitcher Eveland. His first look at Despaigne, and he takes a curveball, 1-0. Neuenhuis started the first 2 games of this series in left field, 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts. Done a good job pinch hitting this year, 5 for 14. And those guys comfortable in that role. Easier or harder in a situation like this for a fresh guy off the bench?
I was just going to say, the mindset, try to be aggressive as you can, especially from the pinch hitter perspective. You've watched 7 innings of real dominance. The last inning of the 7th inning, 26 pitches for Despaigne. He showed a little bit of tentativeness for the first time today.
Neuenhuis comes up empty on the 1-1 fastball. And Despaigne ahead. Alex Torres on the right. Kevin Quackenbush on the left.
We'll still maintain that movement, even though that's elevated. You can see the movement on the fastball, adding and subtracting with the velocity of the fastball and moving it.
The 1-2 to Neuenhuis. Foul back.
From the hitter's perspective, it's easier to make adjustments when these pitches are elevated. 2 strikes, you can shorten your swing and just slap it the other way. But the intensity and nerves definitely settle in when you're in these scenarios from the hitter's standpoint.
Despaigne steps off the rubber. Take a fresh look at this one.
You almost abandon your plan and you go out there and you try to attack it. We see the arsenal today, fastball and a lot of breaking balls.
1-2.
Mixing in the changeup.
Fastball misses there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Despaigne has done a good job getting into games in his big league debut on June 23rd at San Francisco. Tossed 7 shutout innings, 6 2/3 against Arizona, 6 against San Francisco. Swing and a miss. Curveball gets Neuenhuis, 1 away.
Well, when you elevate the fastball earlier in the count, you throw that curveball off of that plane of the fastball and you get some awkward swings. Again, spinning it out of the hands of Despaigne, making the hitters look silly.
One out in the 8th, top of the order for the Mets, Curtis Granderson. 0 for 2 tonight, strikeout and a walk. Veteran swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. His 4th look at Despaigne this afternoon. Changeup, 0-2.
We talked at the beginning of the game, Jesse. Despaigne loves the intensity of the game. It seems like it calms himself and embraces it. These are moments that I think is going to help Despaigne.
0-2 to Granderson, fouled off the end of the bat.
I think that curveball to Neuenhuis really energized Despaigne and locked him in a little bit. Looks like his command is back.
Oh, 2 lays off the curveball. 66 miles per hour. Seen it as slow as 65. 110 pitches now for Odrisamer Despaigne, 27-year-old Cuban making just his 5th big league start. No hits through 7 1/3.
Earlier in the game, he did not shake off catcher Yasmani Grandal very much, but the last inning to this inning, we've seen a lot of shakes from Despaigne.
Fastball misses, 2-2.
That disrupts the rhythm, slows things down a little bit. He has the tendency of slowing things down, trying to be a little more methodical in his approach.
Going to do it his way.
Well, this is his game, and he deserves that.
2-2. Back to the screen. Granderson battling. The late Darryl Kyle at the Astrodome. The year before, that guy, Terry Collins, became the Astro manager. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming. Got it!
Well, the previous pitch, fastball in, then the changeup. Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, rings Curtis Granderson on a pitch. It's in the strike zone. Tries to hang in there, check his swing.
Daniel Murphy. First pitch swinging, fouls it back, 0-1. Outside, ball 1.
See Daniel Murphy holding that swing.
Almost hits Murphy.
Yeah, it looked like he leaned into that.
Despaigne has hit 2 batters this afternoon. Lucas Duda in the 7th, Ruben Tejada in the 3rd.
See Daniel Murphy trying to lean in at the last moment. Why not? It's been a struggle for these Mets hitters all day long.
2-1 to Murphy, popped up left side, out of play. Line drive, base hit, left center field. Daniel Murphy is going to have extra bases. And Odrisamer Despaigne loses his no-hit bid after 7 2/3 innings.
See that high fastball, and credit Daniel Murphy going the other way on that high fastball that's located on the outside part of the plate. The All-Star takes it to left center for the double.
Despaigne, meanwhile, at 118 pitches, still out there in a 1-0 game. David Wright at the plate, 0 for 3. The runner in scoring position and 2 away. Ball 1 to the Mets third baseman.
We saw Bud Black asking Despaigne how he felt, clapping his hands and asking what he wanted to do, especially in a big situation, to try to regroup yourself as a pitcher and go after one of the feared hitters in the Mets lineup, David Wright.
Lines a hanger. Foul down the left field line. No hitters gone, but still a big situation in this game. Wright checks the swing as the ball bounces away from Grandal. Murphy stays at second. Game number 7,264 in Padre history will not be the first no-hitter. Daniel Murphy, 2-out double here in the 8th off of Odrisamer Despaigne, trying to get David Wright and send us to the bottom of the inning. Fastball outside, 3-1.
He's been very tentative to David Wright with that base open at first base. In a big situation. It's all about winning a ball game right now for Despaigne.
Is Duda on deck. Three-one to right on the ground, up the middle. Amarista can't get there. Murphy's going to come around and score. 1-1. David Wright snaps an 0 for 22 against the Padres with an RBI single. 2 outs here in the 8th.
Well, emotionally, this is tough for Despaigne, giving up that first hit and then facing David Wright, a professional hitter that comes up big for the Mets in an RBI situation, tying this game.
That'll be all for Odrisamer Despaigne. We gave the fans here at Petco Park and baseball fans around the world watching one heck of a Sunday afternoon. Despaigne exits in a 1-1 game. 7 2/3 no-hit innings for the 27-year-old Cuban. Now we go to the relief corps here in the top of the 8th. Featuring professional surfers Tanner Gudaskis of the ASP World Surfing Tour and soul surfer Bethany Hamilton. Plus, we support a good cause with the Rip Curl Girls out at the U.S. Open of Surfing in Huntington Beach. That's Tuesday after Padres Live on Fox Sports San Diego. Odrisamer Despaigne gave it everything he had this afternoon against the Mets. 7 2/3, a run on 2 hits. And he is responsible for David Wright over at first base as Alex Torres heads out to the mound to face Lucas Duda. 7 2/3 hitless innings for Despaigne in just his 5th big league start. Duda checks his swing. Nope. Nothing in 1. See the numbers on Torres. Seen him now in all 3 games of this series against the Mets. Pitched 2/3 of an innings last night. 2/3 on Friday night. Looking to get just the 1 out here in the top of the 8th of what is now a tie ball game. Duda rips that one foul down the line. The Gold Glove play.
She's made 2 carom plays today look easy down the right field line.
Pinch hitter Kirk Neuenhuis struck out to start this inning. Curtis Granderson caught looking. 2 outs here in the 8th before Daniel Murphy doubled. Despaigne left in to face David Wright. Single into center field tied the game.
See if he goes to that slider after throwing that fastball in.
Wright not the base stealer he once was. 4 of 8 this season. Saw Torres earlier this year, right? He put the glove on the other hand.
Yep.
So he could do the quick throw over to first base.
Yeah, different looks to the runner, holding those runners, not getting them to get a good look on the stealing situations.
0-2 to Duda, hit hard to right, coming into Northia, won't be able to get there. Wright stops at second base, but now 3 consecutive hits for the Mets after they didn't have any in the first 7 2/3.
The momentum has shifted to the Mets side, and this fastball in, and Lucas Duda continues to pull his hands in impressive fashion off the left-handed pitcher.
Buddy Black heading back out to the mound. Bringing the right-hander with Travis d'Arnaud due up. So Alex Torres faces 1 batter, allows a single to Lucas Duda. 1-1 game here in the top of the 8th.
Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Odrisamer Despaigne did not allow a hit until there were 2 outs in the 8th inning. Daniel Murphy, who had been in such a slump, doubles. David Wright with an RBI single, Lucas Duda with a single, and the Padres still trying to get out of the 8th inning. Here's how the no-hitter ended.
Well, you got to credit the All-Star for going the other way on an elevated fastball. And a great day in the big leagues for Despaigne. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen the way he drew it up. He had the stuff for the no-hitter today for sure.
3rd straight game we've seen Kevin Quackenbush come out of the pen. Buddy Black continues to use him in these high leverage situations as they continue to groom him for bigger and bigger things in this Padre bullpen. He faces the Met catcher Travis d'Arnaud. You like that it wasn't a cheapie off Murphy's bat either. That's the worst, right? When it's a little dribbler or something like that.
That's a good point.
Swing and a miss by d'Arnaud. Quackenbush evens it up 1-1. Despaigne now, like the rest of us, a spectator. Padres able to give him just the 1 run of support this afternoon. His catcher Yasmani Grandal, a leadoff homer in the 4th inning. One and two.
Well, with the trade of Houston Street, Kevin Quackenbush is going to earn some opportunities just like this. The high leverage opportunities like you talked about, Jesse. How he handles these moving forward is going to be very important for the San Diego Padres.
d'Arnaud looks at strike 3. Quackenbush comes in and puts an end to things here in the 8th. Nice job out of the bullpen. Despaigne loses the no-hitter. Well, we've got a 1-1 game headed to the bottom of the 8th. USAA, official military appreciation partner of the San Diego Padres. By Petco, the power of together. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn taking this one in from right field. Get a look at Will Venable, who'll lead things off in a tie game here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
You see the chemistry between the Yasmani Grandal and also Kevin Quackenbush picking up that last out on a big strikeout. A great day in the big leagues for OD.
New pitcher out on the mound, Jeurys Familia, making his 47th appearance of the season, 6th most in the National League.
Yeah, power arm out of the Mets bullpen and heavy on the fastballs and big time velocity. Works on that first base side of the rubber.
It's all part of a double switch. Kirk Neuenheim stays in the game to play left field. He pinch hit to start things in the top of the 8th and was struck out by Odrisamer Despaigne. We were thinking and talking no-hitter until there were 2 outs in the 8th. Now we got a 1-1 game. Will Venable with a home run last night. The second of 3 hit by the Padres. They've got 1 this afternoon. Grandal in the 4th. That's the 1 run for the Padres on 9 hits. San Diego has left 9 men on base this afternoon. Way high outside with a fastball from Familia.
When you see a fastball like that, you want to make him throw a strike, because Familia can get a little erratic with his command. I know these Padre hitters have been reminded of that from Phil Plantier and everybody else on the scouting reports.
Familia pitched a scoreless inning in the first game of this series on Friday night. Now 2-0 to Venable. And control right off the bat.
Well, for the Padres now, figuring out a way to win this ball game and try to take the series coming out of the All-Star break.
Gets the call that time. 2-1 to Will Venable. Padres center fielder made a couple of nice plays out in the outfield. 1 for 3 this afternoon. Single and a couple of strikeouts. See, Familia got the call there. Two-1 is hit hard out to right center field. Laguerre's not going to get there. It is off the base of the wall. Venable is heading for second, full speed. He's going to try for 3. The relay throw not going to be made. Triple to lead it off in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, Jesse, you go back to last night's home run into the Jack Deck and the confidence. The line drive is last at bat, and then he shoots this in the gap. It almost goes out. Hits the base of the wall, but rounding second base. Take a look at this swing from Will Venable. That short stroke, you can see Familia supplying the power with that high velocity fastball. It put his head down, and a leadoff triple by Will Venable.
Second 3-base hit of the season for Venable, and a great situation now for the Padres in a tie game as the infield comes in and Chris Denorfia steps to the plate. Swing and a miss at a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. So many ways to get this run in. Set things up to finish it off in the 9th.
Chris Denorfia getting out of the batter's box and trying to search for that tempo, that timing. You can see him thinking about first couple of swings of this at bat. He's got to find a way. It's a good 2-strike hitter. He's got to shorten his swing. He's the middle of the field.
No balls and 2 strikes to Denorfia. Venable the leadoff triple. Tie game, bottom 8. Got him. 3-pitch strikeout, and Familia hits 99 on the fastball.
Well, this 99-mile-an-hour fastball also has movement down and in. Tough at bat for Chris Denorfia.
Joaquin Benoit, the new closer for the Padres after Houston Street traded on Friday night. Imagine he'll pitch the 9th inning one way or the other. And get an intentional walk here to Gobert.
We'll try to put that double play in order with Chris Nelson up next.
Nelson 2 for 2, and he was intentionally walked his last time. Told you coming in, the Padres had only drawn 9 intentional walks all season. They'll get 2 in the course of the last 3 innings. Carlos Quentin lurking and looming. There's ball 3 to Gobert. Nice job by Jake this afternoon. A couple of hits earlier in the game. And ball 4. So now runners on the corners, 1 out. And Chris Nelson playing in just his 3rd game as a Padre. 2 for 2. Dan Warden, the pitching coach for the Mets, going to go out and chat with Jeurys Familia.
Well, for Chris Nelson, he has shown that he will go to right field, right center. Looks very comfortable with that, especially with a high velocity guy. But in RBI situations, that helps. To try to elevate something, you saw that Familia throws that boring fastball that has downward movement, but also the curveball to go along with it.
Number 1, Chris Nelson.
See 2 for 2 this afternoon for Nelson. Now 4 for 9 as a Padre in his 3 games. Quentin is on deck with the pitcher's spot due up next. Infield's looking for the double play. Wonder about Nelson's bunting skills. Swinging away, ground ball to third. Wright's got to back up on it. They'll try and get 2 to Murphy for 1, on to first. Double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. And Familia gets out of it. Leadoff triple by Will Venable in a 1-1 game. But the Padres cannot bring the run home. Dahlem went down and got a 3-2 pitch to hit out of here. That gave the Padres a 1-0 lead. In the 4th inning, Odrisamer Despaigne was the story for much of the afternoon. 7 2/3 no-hit innings, but David Wright's RBI single after Daniel Murphy's double tied the game. That's where we are, 1-1 as we start the 9th inning. And the Padre closer, Joaquin Benoit.
And Bud Black has inserted Joaquin Benoit, and why not? A free agent signing in the offseason. Basically be the 8th inning guy, and when Houston Street was dealt, it's his job now in a big situation in this game in the 9th inning, keeping it a 1-1 tie.
Mentioned double switched, and so the pitcher's spot is due up here against Bud Black and Joaquin Benoit. And Eric Young Jr., the former Rocky, will pinch hit to lead things off, with Garris and Tejada scheduled to hit after him. 6, 7, 8 in the batting order against Benoit. Joaquin took the loss on Friday night. Darno's RBI single brought home Curtis Granderson, and that gave the Mets a 5-4 victory. See the numbers for EY. 29-year-old former Rocky traded to the Mets last season. Led the National League in stolen bases last year, but was thrown out last night by Rene Rivera. Fouls the first pitch back from Benoit. That is good of a throw as you'll ever see a catcher make down to second base.
Yeah, it was a beautiful throw. Probably one of the best for Rene Rivera on the year.
The 0-1 to Young. He is high outside. Switch hitter batting from the left side against Joaquin Benoit. Things change at all for him, you think?
No, I really don't think so, because this is a guy that has done the closer's role in Detroit last year with 24 saves. So that mentality, you just click it in. And it is different to get the last 3 outs of the game, and I understand that, but Joaquin Benoit has done it. That's one of the reasons why they signed him to the 2-year deal.
Black if it's tied, Mejia if the Mets take the lead. Young walked as a pinch hitter last night. We mentioned he was caught stealing. Swings and misses with that 96-mile-per-hour offering from Benoit. 2-2.
I will say this, Jesse, though, to your question, and there's been rumors swirling, and you see Houston Street being dealt. Joaquin Benoit has been talked about around baseball, and this is a power arm out of the bullpen, and it's been in big situations. So that aspect is very difficult when you're put into a closer's role.
2-2 to Young. Outside, and now the count full. 3 balls and 2 strike on the Mets pinch hitter.
But this is a veteran guy that understands how to go out there and do your job, and part of the reason why he's in a Padre uniform.
Everything's been out of the strike zone, yet the count is full. Payoff pitch coming. Got him. Chase the high fastball at 96. Benoit strikes out Young to start it off here in the 9th.
If you get hitters that will expand the strike zone, why not? Throw that pitch. It's very difficult to catch up to. The high velocity 96 on that fastball at the top of the zone.
1 away, and their center fielder Lagares. Couple of ground outs and the walk his last time at the plate. Bunts one back towards the mound. Easy for Benoit. 2 away. Nine, 1 and 2 due up for the Padres in the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be a pinch hitter, Amarista and Headley. The entire bench is available. Got some power there. Carlos Quentin, Tommy Medica. A couple of the options for Bud Black. Shortstop Tejada, back to Benoit. Couple of assists for the Padre pitcher and a nice 1-2-3 inning for Joaquin. We're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 1-1 game at Petco. Sweeney, we're revisiting him here.
Well, we talked about Wheeler supplying the power, and that's exactly what he did. with Yasmani Grandal in the 4th inning, giving up that home run. He was very good today. I'll give him that. But Denorfia 0 for 4. Big strikeout in that last inning in a situation where Will Venable had that leadoff triple.
Vic Black out on the mound. 25th appearance of the year for the Met reliever. Signed for a 3rd of an inning last night. He got pinch hitter Chris Denorfia to fly out to center field to end it in the 8th inning. Padres, of course, won that game easily, 6-0. Another low-scoring affair here this afternoon. Carlos Quentin going to be the pinch hitter against Vic Black.
Well, the mindset for the Padre hitters is find a way. You don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to overswing in situations. It's like we talked about Wheeler, especially with Vic Black. Let him supply the power. Just put the barrel on the baseball.
Padres with 10 hits this afternoon. Mets have 3. But the run column is what counts at the end of the day. It's 1-1 there. Padre pinch hitters have done an outstanding job this season. 7 pinch hit home runs. 2 of those from this guy, Carlos Quentin. Odrisamer Despaigne will not factor into the decision, despite not allowing a hit until there were 2 outs in the 8th inning. Daniel Murphy's double broke it up. David Wright's RBI single tied it, and here we are now in the bottom of the 9th. Quentin takes low, 1-0. Bud Black's done a great job holding the strings when it comes to pinch hitting this year. From day one, Seth Smith opening night against the Dodgers. 2-0 to Quentin.
Position that Carlos Quentin can look for one pitch, one spot.
2-0 misses, 3 balls and no strikes. Green light?
Why not? Situation, a veteran hitter with a lot of power. Talked about the 2 pinch hit home runs. Turn him loose.
Ball 4. Vic Black didn't give him a chance. Day off tomorrow for the Padres. Tuesday, they'll start series in Chicago, Wrigley Field. First of 3 straight night games on the north side. Start of a 7-game road trip. It'll also see the team play 4 games in Atlanta. Eric Stultz will be on the hill Tuesday, 5 p.m. here on Fox Sports San Diego. Pinch runner at first base, Cameron Maybin. Mets expecting a bunt from Amarista. Maybin with a nice healthy lead over at first base. Lexi 0 for 4 today. Does drop down a bunt. Back to the mound. Black loses it. Nobody out.
You talk about the little things that Alexi Amarista can do. He's laying down the bunt, but I love when you're in a sacrifice situation, put it in the pitcher's hands, especially those relief pitchers. They do not like to field it. They're trying to execute their plan, and he makes a huge mistake for the New York Mets. Nice job, Alexi Amarista. He's trying to field this, and they do not feel very comfortable. You can see right through the legs, and Dan Worthen goes out to try to settle his relief pitcher.
Situation reset. First and second, nobody out. Of course, Maybin at second is the winning run. Amarista reaching means still nobody out. Chase Headley coming up. Padres had a great opportunity in the 8th inning. A runner on third, nobody out after Venable's leadoff triple. But a strikeout, an intentional walk, and a double play ended the inning. Here in the ninth, another golden opportunity with first and second and no one away.
Jesse, this is when you rely on your middle of the order guys, and Chase Headley has hit third most of the year. He's hitting second today. But a scenario you have to lean on your middle of the order guys to win your ball game.
Looking for his first walk-off in nearly 2 full years. Padres have struggled with runners in scoring position today, 0 for 8.
You see those Mets infielders, they'll try to hold Cameron Maben close to second base.
Swing and a miss. Headley doubled back in the 5th. 1 for 4 this afternoon. Line drive foul, out of play on the left side. On a base hit, remember, Mets outfielders have done an outstanding job throwing men out this season.
Especially Lagares in center field. You got to be very careful. And Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach for the Padres, knows everybody's outfield arm. He knows about that young man right there.
27 outfield assists for the Mets this year, tied with the A's for the most in the big leagues. 0-2 to Headley. Check with Maben at second base.
That's the winning run. You got to keep him close as much as you can. You see Tejada right behind Cameron Maben.
Vic Black in a bit of a jam. 2 on, nobody out, but he's ahead of Headley, 0-2. Good take, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Base runners, you got to be aware of the ball in the dirt.
1-2 to Headley, misses badly. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right from the start of this inning, Vic Black with some control issues. Fell behind Quentin, ended up walking him.
Well, that's part of the scouting report as well. A prized arm out of the bullpen, but sometimes that command definitely comes into play.
Maybe the winning run at second base. It was 0-2 to Headley, now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got pickoff play. Maben back in.
Most times you'll see pitchers not even throw that, to just do the footwork off the rubber. Vic Black takes a chance with Tejada sneaking behind Maben. That's just to keep him close. Give those outfielders an opportunity to throw him out at the plate on a single.
NYN in left, Lagares in center, Granderson in right.
Yeah, Granderson's playing deep in right field.
Yeah. Maben at second. Black ready. 2-2 to Headley. On the ground is second. Murphy's got it. Nice job getting held up between first and second by Amarista. They get the run at first. Now Amarista's tagged out. It's a double play. Maben had to stay at third. And now 2 away.
Well, Amarista does the right thing and not getting into that force out, and then goes into the rundown. Let's take a look at the sequence to Chase Headley. How Vic Black attacks him. First pitch was boring in on him. He overswings on that one. This is a good pitch. That's the one he wanted to put out there. And he takes that breaking ball. Then the next breaking ball spins out of the hand of Black. And the ground ball. If you take a look at Amarista, you do not want to be tagged out for the easy double play. And he gets in the rundown. Credit the Mets doing the right thing. Tejada peeks at Maben to see if he goes.
Goes down as a 4-3-6 double play, and now a pitching change as the lefty comes in to face Smith. Bottom of the ninth, it would win the game. They had runners on first and second with nobody out, but Chase Headley grounds into the 4-3-6 double play, and so now a man on third, 2 away, and a new pitcher for the Mets, the left-hander Josh Edgin.
With Edgin, it's a fastball, cutter, changeup, slider, but we'll go to last night's matchup against Seth Smith, which I thought was one of his best swings. That fastball that's elevated, you could see Seth Smith just misses this ball. But a beautiful swing against the left-hander. That'll come into play how he attacks Seth Smith today.
Yeah, a little bit of a rematch here. Smith 2 for 4 this afternoon with a couple of singles and a couple of strikeouts. Edgin did allow a run last night, a Headley double and an eventual passed ball on Travis d'Arnaud. Speaking of pass balls, remember Maben the winning run is at third. First pitch to Smith. Taken low outside, 1-0.
That's what I mean about coming into play. You see that little cutting slider off the plate to Seth Smith.
Leadoff triple last inning. Padres failed to score. First and second, nobody out here in the ninth. Will they score? Not on this swing. Foul ball. 1-1.
It's an easy play for our ball girl down there. She's used to the carom. That's what she's saying to the fan. That was easy. No big deal.
Smith and Edgin for the second straight game, locking up late in the ball game. One. Oh, big swing and a miss.
Well, Edgin has that power fastball, mid-90s fastball that you have to respect, and that's the reason why you'll see left-handers get out of the strike zone.
Maybe 90 feet away. Check swing and a foul. Back behind third. Smith was fooled, able to make contact to keep the at-bat alive.
You're around the game enough when you see some awkward swings like that. Usually you see a mistake pitch after it that's really comes into play because you fouled off a pitcher's pitch.
One, 2. Lays off. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Josh Edgin to Seth Smith. Yasmani Grandal could be next.
It's a nice job by d'Arnaud. Getting out there on that slider and just barely getting a piece of that with his glove.
A couple pass balls in this series. including one when Edgin was pitching last night. A couple of wild pitches with him back there. He struggled with that all season long, but yeah, nice job on that pitch. And 2-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Three-two to Smith. Ground ball back towards Edgin, who falls down, picks it up, cannot make the play. Padres win.
Well, you see Seth Smith on a 3-2 slider that battles it, and he gets the top of the baseball. The left-hander falls off to the right side, and then he just falls in and trips himself and does not make the play. The benefit of the Padres win. Celebrate, throw water on Seth Smith, and that's got to feel good for the Padres. They win the series.
What an afternoon at Petco Park. Odrisamer Despaigne thrilled everybody. Took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. Went 7 2/3 before allowing a hit. Mets ended up tying it in the 8th inning, 1-1. And in the bottom of the 9th inning, Seth Smith, a little nubber that the pitcher Edgin could not field, allows Cameron Maben to score from third.
What a battle by Seth Smith, and battling some tough pitches by Edgin. I was actually surprised that was actually put in play, especially when he battled to that 3-2 count. To Seth Smith's credit, doing whatever it takes to get that run in from third base.
Goes down as a walk-off infield single for Seth Smith. Now driven in 29 runs for the Padres.
If we take a look at this, you can see just tops it, does whatever he takes, and to credit Seth Smith trying to get down the line to beat that out. And you can see Lucas Duda with that left foot in the way. Pretty interesting style at first base, some awkward style, but Seth Smith does it.
All kinds of ways to win a baseball game. That is certainly one of them. Seth Smith, a walk-off infield single in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's with us down outside of the Padre dugout. Seth, first of all, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it feels good to come out of here with a win.
Seth, you had an at-bat last night and just missed a home run against Edgin. Did that come into play in your thought process going into that at-bat?
A little bit. You like to learn from your at-bats previously against the guy you're facing, but once you get into the box, you really have no idea what they're going to do, and you try to have a plan and stick to it.
Your first moment when you made contact with that ball on the last play, what were you thinking as you left the batter's box?
Find a way to get to first base fast, which is difficult for me from time to time, but thankfully I was able to get there in time.
Seth, you saw Despaigne put on a pitching performance that was really getting in tight, especially going into the 8th inning. Your impressions of Despaigne today?
Oh, he's good. He's been the same guy the whole time he's been here, and we expect it from him. He expects it from himself, and it's fun playing behind him.
Seth Smith, 3 hits today, including the game-winning single in the bottom of the 9th. Thanks for your time. Congratulations.
You got it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Seth Smith, and let's head over to Chris Budden. She's got Padres Live, the postgame show, coming up.
Thanks so much, Jesse. Yeah, coming up, we will hear from Buddy Black. We'll take a look